had a great time learning new soccer skills this week from Mississippi Brilla FC players and coaches. The coaches at this week's camp represented 10 different countries around the world. Tonight's walkout ceremony is sponsored by Soccer Shots. Tonight's match are referee Tyler Mitchum, assistant referee Gustavo Sanchez, assistant referee Matt Freeman, and fourth official Steve Collum. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Louisiana Krewe FC. In the goal, number 1, Max Hinkie. Defenders, number 3, Yanni Lelin. Number 20, Iago Rodriguez, and number 27, Guilherme Santos. Midfielders, number 19, Caio Teixeira. Number 11, Ricardo Calaman. Number 5, Gonzalo Carrasco Ribon. Number 16, Albert Montragal Roca. Forwards, number 4, Rafael Gonzalez. Number 50, Kwesi Weston. Number 8, Cole Muir. And here's your starting lineup for your Mississippi Brilla FC. In the goal, number 1, Sebastian Conlon. Defenders, number 20, Timo Bunkins. Number 21, Luke Vanstone. Number 18, Lindo Swane. Number 5, Santi Diosa. Midfielders, number 6, Santiago Duque. Number 14, Ethan Vermillion. Number 10, David Chung. Forwards, Javon Smith. Number 19, Jordy Dukovic. And number 9, Benicia Silva. Today's prayer will be led by Brilla board member Trip Douglas.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, we just thank you for the opportunity to come out here and enjoy the game of soccer. We thank you for the talents and the abilities that you have blessed each one of these players with. We pray for everyone's safety that's participating in this game, and just pray that everything that happens here would glorify you, Father. In Jesus' name, amen.
Tonight's national anthem will be performed by Melanie Wells, longtime Clinton resident and Brilla supporter. Please rise and remove any hats as we observe the national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What a wonderful Saturday evening to welcome you here to watch Mississippi Brilla FC. Tonight, Mississippi Brilla FC takes on the Louisiana Krewe, LA Krewe. Both teams looking to see if they can have a quality matchup against each other. Starting for your Mississippi Brilla FC in the goal is number 1, Sebastian Conlon. Defenders, number 20, Timo Boomkins. 21, Luke Fanstone. Number 18, Lindo Zwane. And number 5, Santi Diosa. At midfield, we have number 6, Santiago Duque. Number 14, Ethan Vermillion. And number 10, David Chung. Up top, we've got 3 playing up top. Number 17, Javon Smith. Number 19, Jorge Jukovic. And number 9, Vinicius Silva. It's going to be a fantastic night tonight, and I want to thank you for joining us here. Brilla is coming into this game with a record of 1-2-2. Got their first win of the season over Hattiesburg, winning 2-0 on June the 4th. Louisiana Krewe, LA Krewe, just recently picked up 2 wins, both over Hattiesburg as well. First game was won on May 25th, 2-1, and on June the 1st, the Krewe took down Hattiesburg 3-2. Brilla tonight will be in their white jerseys, blue shorts, blue socks, Carolina blue. The LA Krewe will be in all black, which is kind of a wise or a daring decision in this Mississippi heat. Tonight is a perfect night for soccer. There's not a cloud in the sky. The humidity is nowhere near as bad as it typically can be here in Mississippi. And so it'll be a dry game. It'll be a fast game. And we will definitely see how conditioning comes into play tonight. Conlon has been pretty solid in the goal. He's been the consistent starter of these 5 matches for Brilla. 2 other individuals to watch tonight are going to be right there in the middle in the backfield. You've got Boomkins and Fanstone. You're going to see a lot back and forth between them. They do a really good job of holding down that middle, moving up, moving back, creating space, creating passes. Silva's going to be up top, looking for those long passes. Watch David Chung, number 10, good footwork. And, of course, Javon Smith with that speed. As we get underway here in Clinton, Mississippi, on the campus of Clinton High School at Arrow Field, Brilla looking for their first home win, coming off of a week of Path to Pros camp. We heard over the loudspeaker over the PA system earlier that over 10 countries were represented by the players and the coaches during our camp with the young kids here in the community. It's one of the amazing things that Brilla does to draw in different players of different ages and to build the love of the game. Boomkins. Luke Fanstone sending that one out, and it will be a throw-in for the Krewe. Again, inside that heat dome, which it could be, like I said, it could be a lot worse with how hot it can get. It's only 88 degrees, but You know, in Mississippi, we have that feels like temperature, so it's going to feel anywhere from 92 to 95 tonight as that high ball is played to the near side. Brilla with 4 in the back tonight. They've played with 3 in the back before. Quick foul, quick card. You talk about a quick caution coming out. Starting off 2 minutes in, and we've already seen a yellow. Referee Tyler Mitchum setting the tone with his calling tonight. As we've got Zwane will take this kick. Will not be Zwane. Zwane will move on up. And this will be Luke Fanstone. Getting numbers up top into that attacking third will be the name of the game tonight. Ball goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Brilla. Smith back to Zwane. And that goes to Silva. Goes off his foot and it'll be a throw-in for the LA Krewe. Number 50 in the middle, up top for the Krewe will be, flag goes up, it'll be a throw-in for Brilla. 50 up top for Louisiana will be a key target. He was instrumental last year. He's a strong and able striker. The whistle will be a quick kick for the Krewe. Another card coming out. It's going to go to Santiago Duque, interrupting that restart of play. Again, setting that tone early to make sure what's it going to look like as the 90 minutes progress.
Caution shown to number 6, Santiago Duque, Brilla FC.
Conlon coming out and getting that one again. He's been exceptional getting the ball off his feet, picking it up from a save, and getting it up as quick as possible to catch the opposing team resting on their heels. Straddling that line goes off of Louisiana, and it will be a throw-in for Brilla. Zwane wearing that captain armband tonight. Aims for David Chung. Hits the turf. No call on that one as the Krewe look to make a quick turn up, but Smith gets that foot in the way and it'll be a throw-in. Winston playing it long. Conlon way off his line. Again, if you're a follower of the beautiful game, you're going to notice that most of the European clubs do not play their keepers far off that line, but the collegiate level, high school level even, and MLS here in the States, having a keeper that's sure-footed is part of the game plan for many of these clubs. Boomkins. Back to Fanstone. Silva's taken down off the ball, and it will be a free kick for Brilla right near the half field. Take their time making sure that there's only one game ball on the pitch. Fanstone looking for Smith. Bounces back to Fanstone looking for Smith again. Off the foot of Louisiana, and it will be a throw-in for Brilla. Zwane unable to keep the ball at his feet in that quick back and forth. And the Krewe look to turn around. last week here in Mississippi, it was quite the wet season, but this week it's been pretty dry with all of the moisture drying out in that hot sun. Be a throw in, referee Tyler Mitchum saying this is a Louisiana throw. So again, the heat will be a consistent factor, but the humidity, relatively speaking, not so much. High ball back into the middle. Jordan Jukovic comes up with that ball, tries to get the pass inside, but it's taken away by the Krewe. Krewe have a spot down that side. It's taken away by Boomkins. He's got plenty of time. Had that attempt to David Chung, who knew he was offside, so he quit the play, and it will go back to Louisiana. Leland. Duque. David Chung with a little bit of space in the middle. Gets it out to Zwane. Zwane looking for that far cross. You had Jukovic running inside, and that ball just went a little bit wide. It will be a throw-in for the Krewe.
We'd like to thank Coach Thomas Bobo and our Bria Juniors players for getting the game balls back into play.
PA announcer giving a little bit of love to ball boys and ball girls. All members of the Bria Juniors competitive soccer program we have here in Clinton. Good relationship. David Chung, ball outside. Zwane tries to get that left foot across. Instead, it is ricocheted out of bounds, and it will be a corner kick for Bria. First corner kick of the night. Again, the relationship from top to bottom, all the players on the Bria junior squad call this team Big Bria. So they love to come and watch the players that they've gotten to know over the summer, especially this past week at camp. Quick play. Vermillion looks for the pass inside. Good defensive stand by the attacker, Winston. It's a sizable character right there. Does a good job as a defender. And so it will be another corner kick, second one of the night. Vermillion is at the short spot, but Chung will play this one long. Looking for somebody in the middle. It's headed back to Vermillion. Vermillion gets the ball to his right foot. Winston coming in and making another defensive stand. Santi Diosa. A throw in for the Krewe. Diosa, a local talent from around the counties around here. Good defensive stand right there by Silva. He's got some space. Has Chung behind him. Chung sends the ball with his right foot. It's deflected up, and it will be a throw-in for Bria. Zwane. Chung. Throw-in for Bria. Many of these players walking that tightrope on this near sideline. Smith. Back to Zwane. It's kicked out, and it will be another throw-in for Bria. Duque. Back to Boomkins. Boomkins to Fanstone. Back to Conlon. A little bit of pressure coming from the Krewe. As it's played long. Vermillion. Diosa back to Duque. Back to Chung. Chung with some space. Yeah, Silva on this side. Silva going to the middle. Silva settling it. Looking for that shot. Still bounces around in the middle. No whistle there as the Krewe look to escape from their defensive stand. First 10 minutes, both teams trying to size each other up. It's the first time they've met this year. Muir, number 8. It's around Zwane. Fanstone with a good, hard defensive stand. It will be a goal kick for Brilla. Conlon wants to go quick. Brilla looks to keep their shape. He quickly goes to Boomkins. You know, in USL2, these guys really get together for the very first time as a team in late May, mid-May to late May. So this is really the first time they've really could say that they've got about a month under their belt with each other, learning each other's tactics and movements, building real chemistry. David Chong, defensive stop right there. Krewe, 1-2 quick flip. Muir on this near side. Waiting for help. Finds Ribbon. Ribbon with a quick retreat. Whistle blown. Santiago Duque. It's a little bit of a shove. And get back underway quickly. Rodriguez. Leland. Finds Winston, back to Leland in the middle. Assistant referee raises his flag in a gesture to indicate that an infraction occurred, and it will be a kick from Conlon. Looking for Jukovic on that far side. Onside play. Conlon is very far off his line. It's a gamble back and forth out there to put a little bit of extra pressure on an attacker who didn't have the ball cleanly at his feet. But it's still that extra danger of nobody in the goal. Paid off for Conlon in that go-round as we get I believe, a corner kick for the Krewe. Those dangerous plays are always quality when it works out for you, but again, if it goes to the other side of that gamble, it's a different story. Ball is up. It's headed away, and it's cleared well over the goal by, I believe, number 8, Muir, for the Krewe. Krewe coming in 3-1-0 into this match. Fanstone to Zwane. Back to Fanstone. Back to Conlon. Back to Fanstone. Smith tries to send it down the line. The run was there. It was just a hair late, and the ball was a hair far. Throw in for the Krewe. Assistant referee raises his flag to indicate an infraction on the field, and it will be a free kick for the Krewe. As they set up. Again, this week was, I've mentioned several times already, the camp, the Path to Pros camp for the young kids. Lots of players, lots of young kids here who know Good stop by Conlon. Brings it down to his feet. You get to know these players. You get to know some of the staff. Coach Rusty Bryant was there. His son, Luke Bryant, who is a member of the team, and even his son, Logan Bryant, who is a very instrumental player or member of this squad. Recently graduated high school, wants to go into some sports management communications. He will go far for sure. He's quite the humorous individual, too. If you've ever gotten a chance to hear his stand-up comedy, he can go for about 20 minutes, I'll tell you that. Be a throw-in for Brilla on that far side. Chung goes back to the Krewe. Rodriguez sends it all the way back. Space in the middle. Finds Leland. Gonzalez sends it to that far side. Steps on the ball. Hard fall there. Whistle finally blown, and it will be a free kick for Brilla just outside of their 18. Again, seeking to garnish that chemistry from the beginning because they don't have a long time. It's not like other college teams, high school teams even, or professional teams where they've got a long summer camp where they can get together, build, mold. We've got 3 or 4 players, I believe, that played with Brilla last year, so they bring a year or two of camaraderie with them. It's the glory of USL2. Boomkins back to Conlon. Back to Boomkins again, trying to stretch that Louisiana team to get some space in their near passing lanes. Fanstone, the long ball, looking for Javon Smith. Smith making a run, and it's kicked up, and it stays in. Settled down by Duque. Louisiana making a push. The Krewe moving up. Leland, the run on this near side. Makes the cross into the middle. Muir tries to get it back to the middle, looking for a rebound. Still not out of danger yet. Another opportunity for the Krewe. Muir inching his way in. Zwane not wanting to bite. Good defensive stand and a little bit of help from Silva, as there will be another corner kick for the Krewe. Played long, headed up by David Chung. Excellent job. As I believe you had Toshetto waiting for that one just behind him. Climbed the ladder right there to get that one out of harm's way. Will be a throw-in for the Krewe. The only real highlights of note so far in this match has been in the first 5 or so minutes, with 2 cards being given out early. Both teams with some corner kicks. Bicycle kick. It goes up and over the goal. Excellent effort by number 8, Muir talking about a highlight there, looking for one himself.
Become a fan of the USL and USL League 2 on Facebook.
Luke Fanstone.
Visit facebook.com.
Zwane.
USL League
Zwane loses that one. Muir
exclusive league news and interactive content featuring over 75 communities across North
late
America.
whistle there, as Zwane doesn't necessarily think that he infiltrated in a negative manner, but his opinion is necessary. It's not necessarily the one that matters, the one with the whistle. And so it will be a free kick for the Krewe. If you're looking at our American football lines, it'll be just from the 20. Looking left-footed kick, 2 in the wall. Sitting next to Hayden Wolf, Clinton High School's former graduated kicker for the football team. This would be an easy chip shot for him. Headed away. Vermillion getting a boot on that one. Get it out of the box. Bria pushes up to gain shape. Gonzalez loses his feet but keeps the ball. Stays with it. Stop right there by Santi Diosa. Diosa does a good job of playing that true outside winger position where he's a good defensive presence, but he can fly down that line and become an attacker when he needs to. Krewe taking their time in the backfield, going side to side. Has Winston. Ball at his feet. He goes off of Boomkins, and it will be another corner for the Krewe. Setting up for a regular type of corner kick. No short play coming into there. Left-footed kicker. Headed across the bar. Follow up, and it's a goal for the Krewe right at the hit of the 25th minute. Bria finds themselves down 1 goal. 25 minutes into the first half. I didn't quite see who scored it. It was a ricochet because it was that first header off the bar, came right back in. Player was in position. It's textbook. That was a textbook goal, exactly what you teach kids, what you learn all the way up from 6 years old all the way up to these guys in their 20s. To look for that rebound, look for that ricochet, and stay in position. It's a good goal by the Krewe. Boomkins to Jukovic to David Chung. Chung pushing forward. Taking on 2 or 3 by himself. It's a minor infraction. And it will be a free kick. So that was Llewellyn, number 3. Credited with the goal for the Krewe. Two in the wall as it keeps moving up. There's a player for the Krewe who goes down looking for some sort of medical attention. It's number 27, Santos, coming off few conversations going on before this play resumes. Ball served in, headed up and away by Winston, number 50. Will be a throw in for Brilla. Quick throw for Brilla. Vermillion. It's the ball to the other side of the field as it gets to the feet of Santos. It will be a throw in for the Krewe. Brilla's found themselves down early in the game before and have the ability to come back and even things up. And that's exactly what they're looking to do right now. That's goal number 1. Smith giving some chase as it goes out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for Brilla. Lindo Zwane with the throw. Has Vermillion. Chung settles it at his feet. It's taken away. Fanstone. Chung. It's Kaliman. Taken to the turf for the Krewe. He's checking. Referee is checking on him first. Has told Fanstone, please stand over here. I want to have a word with you in a minute. And he will do that just now. Slowly getting to his feet is number 11, Kaliman. And the Krewe will have a free kick just inside their attacking half.
Follow Mississippi Brilla at MS Brilla FC on Twitter and Instagram to keep up with all the Brilla news and updates.
A little bit of pressure coming in from Jukovic. It was throwing for Brilla. Duque does a good job of getting back, keeping the ball at his feet, but it goes back to Louisiana Krewe making a run. Santos not called offsides. Left-footed shot goes well over the goal, and it will be a goal kick for Brilla. Quickly put back into play. Boomkins. Back to Conlon. Conlon with some space. Winston coming in to give a little bit of pressure. Fanstone. Duque back to Conlon. Back to Boomkins. Boomkins making the long cross-field pass. Looking for David Chung. The Krewe doing a good job of keeping possession. Quick passes. To Shadow. Silva takes that ball and gets it to Chung. Makes its way all the way back to Conlon. Little regrouping, reshaping. Zwane settles the ball down out of the air. Flag goes up, offsides. Assistant referee saying it went back and forth. I always work under the assumption that everybody knows the rules, but just in case, it's if you were in the offsides position when the ball was played. Duque. A little bit of space, looking for some options. Has to send it back to Fanstone. Leading pass to Duque so it can finally get over to Boomkins. Fanstone back to Boomkins. Boomkins with a little bit of space. Vermillion. It goes off of Louisiana, and it'll be a throw-in for Brilla. Shot not in time. Good block. Good save by the keeper, Hinkie. Be a throw-in for Brilla. Again, the quickness of the restart of play to catch your opponent off guard almost pays off for Brilla there. Vermillion couldn't get that one back to Diosa. As the Krewe want a quick counter. Boomkin's doing a good job getting his foot in the way. No whistle. Good selling of the foul, but he got the ball there. Silva goes to the turf, and it will be a throw-in. There's spurts of intensity from both sides of the ball. Kaliman back to Leland, goal scorer. Ball did not cross, and it will be a throw-in now. It did go across there. Be a throw-in for Brilla. Smith with a little bit of extra physicality, and the referee did not like that, and so it will be a free kick for the Krewe right in front of their bench. Leland brings the ball down. Has Muir. Muir with the left foot. Has Winston. Good defensive stand by Fanstone, staying with it, getting his body in the way, and using those long legs to get it out of reach. Another corner kick for the Krewe. They've already capitalized on one. Ball's played up. Goes the other side of the field. Chung wanting to make him bite. Another corner kick for the Krewe. Just inside of 10 minutes of scheduled time until we get our undisclosed amount of stoppage time. At the rate we're going, I'm looking at I'm guessing, all conjecture. It's what I'm best at. 2 to 3 minutes. Headed up and away. Looking for a volley, and it goes right to Conlon. Conlon, like a quarterback, wanting to go through all of his reads to look what options does he have. Look for the long pass first. Instead, played it short to the safe play to keep possession. Boomkins. Fanstone back to Boomkins. Back to Fanstone. Be a throw in for Brilla. Vermillion, Ethan Vermillion, back to Zwane. Zwane, flag goes up. It just tilted on the outside of the line. A throw in for Brilla. Chung has pressure coming. Looks to turn. Has Zwane on the line. Plays it back to Fanstone. Back to Boomkins. Duque. Vermillion. Makes a turn. Oh, it has Zwane, but Zwane second guesses the run. And just isn't there. Throw in for the Krewe.
Of tonight's match, we'd like to invite all kids to grab a brand new autograph poster and visit the field to get autographs from the Brilla players.
Hard touch by Winston, goes out of bounds.
Have been provided by onlyhopeleft.com. Be sure to scan the QR code on the poster to learn more about Only Hope Left.
Boomkins has to get to it quickly, gets it to Diosa. An errant touch by Diosa. Goes out of bounds, will be a throw in for the Krewe. Conlon easily coming up to that one, quickly getting it to Boomkins. Boomkins wanted to get that one to Vermillion. Headed away. Going from back line to back line here in these waning minutes of the first half. Settled down by Duque. As Silva being enveloped. Gets it back to Fanstone, who gets it to Smith. Smith with a little bit of space. Keeper coming off his line. Gets it off of a bad hop, and it goes straight up and out. Be a throw in for Brilla. It's a sense of survival right there by the keeper. Vermillion gets a little ahead of him. He goes just beyond the line. It will be a goal kick. See the shadows getting long as the sun goes down, taking away some of that direct solar energy. It's still Mississippi, and it's still hot. Brilla coming away with that one. Vermillion in the middle. Stays with it. No whistle. As Vermillion is still on the ground, but he gets up. Zwane. Silva back to Zwane. Zwane back to Silva. Back to Jukovic. It's just a little in front of him. Piecing together quality passes and working together. Being energetically, emphatically encouraged by their back line. Diosa. It's to Winston, who has Santos running far on that left side. Good defensive stop by Boomkins. Duque to Vermillion. Zwane can't get that one to stay in, as it's a throw-in now for the Krewe. Winston. Duque. Has to make the turn. Has Silva near side. Overlapping is Zwane. Another card coming out. It's coming out there for Kaliman, number 11. Be a free kick just on the defensive end of the 50. Could have been an opportunity there that was stopped, clipping the heel. Three minutes remaining in regulation of the first half. Brilla trails by 1 off of a header in the 25th minute. Vermillion. Vermillion has Silva. Silva keeps it at his feet, keeps it in bounds, has a little bit of an angle, tries to play it back to the middle, lets that one go out of bounds, and so now we have a corner kick for Brilla. Good, quick effort. See if they can capitalize. Chung, not going to play this one short. They're going to look to get this one inside the box. Chung plays this one in. It goes over everybody. It will be a goal kick for the Krewe. Krewe not in a massive hurry to get this one underway. Smith loses the ball. Turf Monster comes up to get it. Diosa heads this one forward. Krewe settling it down at their feet. A little bit of a collision, but no foul. Santos. Winston climbing that ladder. He's tall to begin with. Climbing that ladder to get way up there. And he goes just wide. As the Krewe looking for their second goal. Duque, a little bit of space. Running out of time. So we're under a minute, no whistle there. Vermillion pleading his case, not getting any sympathy. Throw in for the LA Krewe. Seconds until we reach the end of regulation, the first half. Then we will enter into the undisclosed amount of stoppage time. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to guess we got 3 minutes. Maybe 2 minutes. Leland. Chung interrupting that one. Goes back to Kaliman. Muir. Winston. Conlon doing a great job stretching out to get that one. It didn't have a lot of pace on it, but it was just in kind of that dangerous area of a little too far out. If it was just fingertips and it bounced off, it could have gone anywhere. Conlon doing a good job of holding on to that one. Zwane. Luke Fanstone. Again with space. Out to Zwane. Zwane, good work with the ball. Gets it back inside to David Chung. David Chung. Jukovic. Tries to get a little bit of a flick and a curve for a running Santi Diosa. It's a little ahead of him. The Krewe patiently waiting near the back end, keeping possession. Almost just waiting on the whistle for the end of the half. Long ball up. Goes right to Zwane. And there's the whistle for the half. Brilla trails 1-0 after a goal in the 25th minute. They will look to see if they can even things up when they get back and steal away from behind. Go get you something to drink. Use the restroom. We'll see you in just a bit right here from Clinton, Mississippi.
Hey guys, thanks so much for attending tonight's match. It's halftime. Make sure you go by and visit our concession stand. Also, take a look at Hey guys, thanks so much for attending tonight's match. It's halftime. Make sure you go by and visit our concession stand. Also, take a look at our merchandise tent, grab you some Brilla gear, and take home with you tonight. Hey, this whole season, we have been focused on our theme of every match matters. And what that actually means is we are taking all of the ticket proceeds from every game and we're applying them directly to specific ministry areas that we work with all throughout the year. And so tonight's ministry partner is actually our Bibles. And so what we are doing with tonight's proceeds from our ticket sales is we're going to be buying Bibles. These Bibles we've been using for the last several years to go to our urban camps and also to our international partners in Costa Rica and in Nicaragua. And so we're excited that you guys are partnering with us tonight by providing Bibles to these people that need the Word of God. And so we're excited to get that out. We're excited to send those along so that people can have a copy of God's Word in their hands. So thank you for being a part of tonight's match, and thank you for being a part of Every Match Matters. Hey, so many of you that are here tonight took part in our Pathway to Pros camp this past week. It was so much fun. It was hot, but we dodged the weather and the mud all week, and we had a great time. So I hope you enjoy checking out some of these scenes from this year's camp.
It's camp time, baby.
Nice. This is a Pathway to Pro, the Brilla soccer camp, and we're going to have a great time.
It's camp time, baby.
Let's go!
Camp time, baby.
Over the line into the river.
You have to hop.
He doesn't have a penny. All right, here we go. You feel it?
Who's facing?
As you can see, we had a great time at camp this past week. Make sure that you're on the lookout for next year's camp because you won't want to miss it. Hey, you may not know this, but that's not the only camp that we do throughout the summer, because starting next week, we actually begin our urban soccer project. And what we do is we take this team and we go into the inner city Jackson and we offer free soccer camps for underprivileged kids. And it is an incredible ministry, an incredible opportunity for us to just show the love of God to so many people that need to see it and hear it. So check out this video about our urban soccer project. The Urban Soccer Project started just a few years ago when we really asked ourselves a couple of questions. The first question was, what can we do to impact more lives? And you know, sometimes it almost seems easier to get on an airplane and fly somewhere far away and minister to people that you have no idea who they are. But it's a little bit harder just to come into your own backyard and do ministry and show the love of Jesus. And so that's how we answered that question, was coming right here into the inner city and being around these kids and basically just pulling out a soccer ball to build a relationship so that we can share the love of Jesus with them. And then the second question was, what can we do to provide opportunities for our players to be able to impact lives? And so being able to get these guys out in a setting like this where they can use their gifts and talents to be able to share the love of Jesus is just a perfect combination of what we want to do through the Urban Soccer Project. Hey guys, thanks so much.
Soccer Association, Mississippi Sports Medicine, Prima Design Studio, Infusion Coffee House. Gold sponsors, Parks Family Dentistry and Chick-fil-A Dogwood in Brandon. Our silver sponsors, Ergon, Only Hope Left, Baird Engineering, Muscagny Wealth Management, Mansell Media, the Clinton Courier, the City of Clinton, Renaissance Bank, and Ridgeland Tourism Commission. And bronze sponsors, Paul Moak Honda and Subaru, Soccer Shots, and Mosquito Authority.
And we are underway back here in Clinton, Mississippi, second half, as Brilla tries to find their way back, looking to go even. Hang on a second, there's an odd amount of awkward looking between referee, players, and players. I don't know if this is an illegal substitution or there's a card shown for something. An awkward start to the second half of you could hear all the way up here referee saying 9 yellow card, and now everybody's saying why. Referee Tyler Mitchum making his way over here probably to have some sort of discussion. He's counting players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again, getting that mentality mindset to get up and start the half and then have such a conundrum present itself to now everybody's 22 players on the field that are on pause while a conversation's being had about something. Again, trying to figure out what's being referenced. Okay, so the yellow card is being waived because, again, referenced earlier is my overabundance of conjecture. It just seems as if I know this is dead air, but I'm trying to see if I can hear what's being said. All right, so we're going to get back underway with a throw-in from LA Krewe. All right, athletes going from 0 to 100 to 0 to 100. So here we go, getting right back at it. 44 seconds, 44 seconds and 3 minutes into this game. There's just a lot of running time there. I don't know if there was an assumption that there were 12 men on the field instead of 11 or what, but 3 officials in yellow jerseys. When the goal is just to get right to it, get the call right. You know, take your time, and they did, but at least they waved the yellow off. So here we go. So we got Smith looking for Santiago. Right back into the mix of things. Santi Diosa will be a throw-in for Brilla. Diosa will take the throw. Vermillion has Silva. Flag goes up for Silva. And it will be a restart kick right outside the 18 for Brilla. Or excuse me, for the Krewe. And they will get underway. Again, kind of taking the air out of the balloon a little bit right there. Regrouping. Ball's headed down. Winston, flag goes up. It'll be a throw-in for Brilla. Throw-in for Brilla. A little ricochet back and forth right there. A little pinball action. Finally went off of a Krewe member. Smith playing in such a small angle and sliver of the field right along this line, right in front of everybody. So Malilo is coming in, number 7. David Chung has come out. Long shot goes high and over as I try to get my paperwork in order. David Chung is out. Gene Malilo is in. Watch Gene Malilo. He has an amazing speed about him. Silva to Duque. Smith. Throw in for Brilla, referee says. For multiple reasons, this second half has started off extremely slow. Krewe with an angle. Diosa. Whistle's blown for Diosa. Looks like another card is coming out. The night of yellow cards. Santi Diosa trying to plead his case. Don't think he's getting it. Should be about 7 or 8 yards outside the 18 on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. 3 in the 4. I really can count, I promise. 4 in the wall. Winston will take this left foot going low, right to Conlon. Conlon quickly running up, wanting to make that quick pass out. Everyone clears out, so he wisely rolls it to Boomkins. Duque hits the turf, and the whistle is blown. Boomkins quickly. Fanstone. Diosa. It's not Diosa. That's Swane. Back to Boomkins. Now to Diosa. Winston with the one touch back inside. It will be a corner kick for the LA Krewe. "25 minutes into the first half, the Krewe found the back of the net off of a corner kick. It was headed off the crossbar, back to the feet of number 3, Leland. Headed away right here. One touch with the left foot. It will be a goal kick for Brilla. Krewe sent it all the way back to the keeper. Hinkie sending that one high and away. Goes out of bounds. Will be a throw in for Brilla. Hinkie gets this one outside. Brilla trying to have a little bit more pressure at that top. Winston plays it back. Roca. Back to Rodriguez. Back to Hinkie. Long ball, looking for a through ball. It's headed away by Boomkins. Cleared out by Diosa. It's to the feet of Vermillion, and it's a delayed whistle. It will be a free kick for Brilla, as Ethan Vermillion is slow to get back to his feet. We will get underway. There will be 2 more substitutions coming for Brilla. There were 2 earlier. I missed one of them. Coming off will be Javon Smith, number 17. And number 14, Ethan Vermillion. Quick 1-2 pass on the inside. Goes to the outside, left foot. And it will be a corner kick for Brilla.
Substitutions for Brilla. Entering the game, number 8, Jal Pereira, and number 12, Emilio Cazares. Exiting the game, number 14, Ethan Vermillion, and number 17, Giovanni Smith.
Corner kick for Brilla. From that far side comes, swings inside, headed back to the middle. Whistle's blown in the middle as Duque is called for some sort of dangerous play in the middle of the box, and so it will be restarting from the middle of the 18. Diosa clearing that ball out. It's headed and kicked away by Malilo. Silva. Atkinson giving chase to that one. Malilo with some pressure. Jao Pereira. Just can't get it through. Pereira giving chase. Coach Mike Azira, his substitutions have added some speed and some pressure, which is something that they need in the second half. Ball goes long. Play to the corner. One touch in the middle. Atkinson. And it goes, it's cleared out by Brilla. Hits the crossbar of the American football uprights and goes down and hits the net. So it kind of gave the illusion of an almost own goal, but it went over the crossbar. That's one of those 50 words where 5 words would have done. Corner kick, played short. Left foot across. And Cazares doing a good job getting his body in the way of that cross. Winston. It goes over. It'll be another goal kick for Brilla. Quickly played to Fanstone. Finds Atkinson. Ricochets, and it goes back to Krewe, one touch. Offsides is the call there. And it will be a kick for Brilla.
All clubs and players stand in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion.
Diosa plays it on the ground. To Gene Malilo. Malilo with some speed. Trying to find an angle, puts too much on it. And it just goes sailing. Malilo being praised by his teammates for some energy, some speed down that line. Again, that's one thing that he's very much gifted in, is he is very fast. Very fast with the ball at his feet and with the ball not at his feet. Atkinson. Pereira. Santi Diosa gets that one from Duque. Back to Pereira. Throw in for the Krewe. Cazares giving chase. Long ball along that line for the Krewe. Stays in. Has Winston in the middle. Free kick for LA Krewe. Right in the middle of the field, maybe about 12 yards outside the 18. Volatile position. Going to be on your toes defensively. Right to Conlon. Conlon doing a good job of shifting to his right. Gets it out quickly to Santi Diosa. Santi Diosa plays it back inside to Pereira. Pereira loses it, but stays with it defensively, going toward Winston, who is very tall, against Pereira, who is not as tall as Winston. Quick goal kick. Gets the ball rolling for Brilla. Atkinson to Cazares. Couldn't get it back to the middle where he wanted it. It's cleared away. Malilo gets his body in between the man and the ball. Gets it to his left foot. Shot just outside. Goes back out to Silva. Silva with the shot. Gets it right on. Good angle. Good attempt. And a really good save. One of Brilla's best chances tonight. Back to Silva. Silva with the ball at his feet has some options. Finds Pereira. Pereira, one touch to the middle. Acrobatic play from Cazares himself. Trying to make that adjustment to turn, get the body around, get his foot in place. He gets an A for effort, but it is a throw-in for the Krewe. Krewe. Winston finding a gap
Conlon.
way off his line, completely out of the goal. Winston trying to get the ball back in the middle. Ricochets off of a Bria player, and it'll be a corner kick. Again, we talked earlier in that first half of that gamble of a keeper coming off his line to be that 11th defender. I don't know if there's profits and losses, but that's definitely a trade-off. An empty net is dangerous. So a corner kick for the Krewe. No short corner apparent. Played into the box. Cleared out. Is headed back into the middle and then cleared out. The Krewe coming back into the middle. Conlon sends the ball long. Looking for Malilo. Malilo taking off. I've seen that pass land, and when it does, it's spectacular. There's a high margin of error. But when it works, it works. Ball is rolling, so they're going to say start this one back over. Collision into Santi Diosa. The referee is saying there needs to be a start of play for the Krewe back in the middle. Again, if you're watching and if you keep up, this has been a slow second half. It's kind of been whistle heavy. It's been consistent. We've had games where it wasn't. We've had games where we've had lots of whistles, but it's been very consistent. At least whistles have been consistent, but it's been whistle heavy. Cazares giving chase. Malilo giving chase. Atkinson using his body. Fenstone. Conlon. Conlon with space and time. Back to Fenstone. Boomkins. Boomkins. Malilo. Pass with not enough pace. It's kicked out. Possible cramp. Again, we talked earlier at the very beginning about conditioning playing a role here in Mississippi. It gets extremely humid. Even on nights when it's not humid, it's not even that humid tonight, but the humidity and the heat plays a toll on these athletes that are playing at an elite level. 22 players on the field giving it their all. And I think, in all honesty, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first cramp I've seen on this field this season. As the temperatures get higher, the season gets longer. It just happens that the odds are you're going to see a few. Back to his feet. Again, it's a cramp. I don't know if they're going to go ahead and sub him out. It's looking like it's a cramp. I'm hoping it's not a knee. He's holding his knee, but it could just very much just be a cramp. This is not an area where I like to do much conjecture and guessing. But they'll make the substitution. Coming in as number 9. This is going to be Duran coming in. Put that throw in. And because this is the gentleman's game, kick it all the way back. Let the Krewe, they are the ones who forfeited the ball. Send it all the way back. Let them start over. Long ball. Boomkins wins the header. Pereira. No offsides flag goes up. Found in the middle. Sneaks it on the inside post right past Conlon. 74th minute. The Krewe goes up 2-0. Brilla finds themselves down 2 goals. Louisiana Krewe doing a good job of connecting those passes. Takes the shot near post. Has that smaller angle, smaller window, and just finds it. Getting it past Conlon.
Recent substitution for the Krewe. Entering the game, number 9, Alcibiades Duran Jr. Exiting the game, number 5, Gonzalo Carrasco Ribon.
So with about 15 minutes left in regulation, Bree's going to see if they can try to make this one interesting. Duque finds Pereira. Whistle blown. Be a restart for Brilla right at the midway. Boomkins gets it back to Conlon and gets it back to Boomkins. Has Santi Diosa. Diosa can't make the pass to Silva. Flag goes up as Winston is just offsides. He's not too happy with that one. He thought he was in the right spot, thought he timed it correctly. AR on the far side disagrees. I do remember Winston from last year. He's a formidable player. Silva. Cazares. Volley goes far off of Conlon's foot. Whistle blown, it will be a free kick for
If you're hungry or thirsty, be sure to visit our
the
concession
Louisiana Krewe.
hamburgers, hot dogs, nachos, candy, and drinks. You can also enjoy a cool treat from Dippin' Dots. If you're interested in Brilla apparel, Brilla merchandise can be purchased at our merchandising tent near the concession stand. More items will be added throughout the summer.
If you heard over the loudspeaker with the PA system, they do have some Dippin' Dots. There's a few friends I have here are very large fans of Dippin' Dots. The next home game will be Wednesday, June 12th. If you're here in Clinton, come by to the 7 o'clock match. Come and cheer on Brilla. If you cannot attend, you can always watch it live here on this stream. There's a good chance you might hear calling next week's game Logan Bryant, the talented Logan Bryant, who I mentioned earlier in the game. He might be taking you through that match. Maybe he'll tell you one of his jokes. Another slow start as we get back going. Winston with that one touch. Flag goes up on that offsides. If we haven't done anything tonight, we've definitely caught the offsides trap. Boomkins finds Cazares in the middle. Atkinson, Malilo trying to get it to Atkinson. A little thumbs up back and forth. They read that one together. They knew what they were trying to do. Maybe next time. Cazares giving chase on there.
Entering the game, number 16, Hunter Santaskoy, and number 23, Gabrielle Saw. Exiting the game, number 8, Jal Pereira, and number 9, Vinicius Silva.
So Silva has been subbed out, as has Pereira. Santaskoy, number 16, coming in, as is Gabrielle Saw. Saw has been a pretty good fixture in the midfield in the first few games of the season, so he'll add to the attack mindset. Throw in for the Krewe. We are inching our way towards 10 minutes left in regulation. Substitution being made for the Krewe. So what very little I know about weather, when the sun is up and it's humid, it does bake the ground a little bit more, but it also kind of burns off some of that moisture. And then when the dew point is high and the sun goes down, because the dew point and the temperature are right by each other, the moisture stays. I hope you're all enjoying this. The moisture stays in the air, and that's why it's so humid, even though the sun goes down. So the solar energy isn't present, but the humidity, it's very much like people say, the heat will not get you. It's oh so very much the humidity. And so that's your science lesson for the day. Long ball. It will be a goal kick for Brilla. 9 minutes to see if they can get one back. Fanstone pushing up, finds Gabrielle Saw, gets it back to Boomkins. Hard first touch, gets it all the way back to Conlon. Conlon pressing up forward. Pressing up forward. Duque. Back to Zwane. Back to Gabrielle Saw. Gabby with the pass right in the middle to Jean Malilo. Making the adjustment. Almost making the adjustment. As Santaskoy goes just over that line. And again, I assume everyone knows the rule, but just in case, it's not like basketball where if the ball goes over the line in the air, in basketball, you jump over, you throw it back in, you save it. In football and soccer, it crosses that plane that goes all the way up into the airspace, it's out. Free kick for Louisiana Krewe after a polite little shove by Boomkins. Fanstone. The ball is left foot. Atkinson. Now Louisiana. The Krewe leading by 2, not necessarily in a hurry to have any more attacks. Mainly wanting to keep possession for the next 7.5 minutes or so. Who knows, we might get 5 minutes in stoppage time because of that very early confusion at the start of the second half.
many
Winston.
leagues throughout Europe.
Boomkins has Diosa. Diosa giving chase. It goes all the way back to Hinkie. The slightest little shove earns the slightest little whistle, and that will be a free kick for the Krewe right at midfield. Krewe making a turn. Another offsides flag, and it will be a free kick for Brilla. Boomkins to Sa. Diosa. Diosa is a returning player that we've had for a while, and if you ever see Santi Diosa out and about on a regular day, he has the biggest smile on his face. He always has fun. He's always very positive. It's almost like Santi Diosa doesn't have a bad day. Atkinson staying with him. Goes off of Malilo. Atkinson on the far side, keeps it in play, gets it to his right foot. Oh, just can't get the pass to go where he wants it to. He's looking for Malilo. Instead, it goes to a Krewe member. It will be a throw-in for the Krewe. A little bit of a spurt there. They can make that connection next time. Long ball. Malilo settles it down. It's taken to the turf, and it's a free kick for Brilla. They'll start quickly. Zwane back to Duque. Boomkins. Gabriel Sa. Throw in for the Krewe. Reaching the 3-minute mark plus the undisclosed mysterious amount of stoppage time that we will all be guessing. I'm going to guess 5 minutes. I'm going to guess that first bout plus the minute or two of injuries and substitutions. I'm going to guess 5 minutes. Quick 1-2 passes going in and out. It's cleared away by Brilla. Back into possession to the Krewe. And Gabriel Sa staying sure-footed, keeping his face forward, defending. Goes off his feet, and so it is now a throw, but he does an excellent job of using those foundations.
As we host Hattiesburg FC at 7 p.m. here at Arrow Field. Don't forget, you can pre-purchase discounted tickets online up to
Conlon.
noon on game day. Visit briasoccer.org to purchase single match or season tickets.
Gets it out to Boomkins. Timo Boomkins. Santaskoy. Stays inside the box. Gets it back down to his feet and pushes up high, becoming an additional field player. He passes it back and drops back, gets it to Gabriel Sa. It'll be a free kick for Brilla. Now it will be a free kick for Brilla. Referee didn't like the spot that they started the ball quickly. Oh, just unlucky there as Duque tries to take the ball, and the ball stays put. Within the final minute of regulation, followed by the undisclosed amount of stoppage time. We've got one guess of 3.5. I'm thinking 5. I'm typically long, so it's probably going to be 3. It's one of those where you can trade off and be like, we'll play with one hand tied behind our back, give us a goal, and we'll go an extra 10 minutes. But I don't think that that's in the rule book as technically legal. Pressing forward, Diosa. Overlapping. Has Santascoy. Santascoy making the run. Santascoy keeping it in. Staying with it, not giving up on the ball. As it is now one of the most dramatic. Could be a goal kick. I think they're going to give a free kick down there back in the corner. The referee wants to have a talk with Santascoy. As we've reached the end of regulation, and now we are in our 1 to 5 minute realm. Gabriel Sa going up for that one. Boomkins stays on the ground, goes to Fanstone. Still right at the final minutes, both teams playing with energy, which is what the USL2 is about. It's developmental. Will be a throw-in for Brilla. And now there's some extracurriculars going on between Boomkins and Winston. Referee blowing whistles, asking everybody to stop, continuing to blow his whistle. As there's some separation between players. Referee will try to decipher what he wants to do moving forward in these final minutes. If we're not going to end it with exclamation points, then what are we going to do? So he's calling the captains in to have a conversation. There's still plenty of words being spoken. This is one of those where you kind of wish you had NFL films where you could get, your mic crew down there, get that boom mic in. I'm guessing it's going to be some rendition of let's not do that. It's right at the end. Play smart. Let's get to the finish of this. Throw in for Brilla. Be a throw in for the Crew. Gabriel Saw gets it out to Santi Diosa. Santi Diosa with a little bit of space. Gets it up, and it's cleared away. Hard foul coming in by Diosa. Whistle blown, and it will be a free kick right at the mid portion of the near side as we are somewhere near the end of this match. So probably got a minute or two left. Diosa makes the turn, gets it back to Gabriel Saw. Has pressure coming behind him. It's back to Duque. Back to Fanstone. Quick one touch. Was trying to find Saw, but it just went off, awkward off his foot. I'll have another opportunity to possibly bring something back to life. Malilo can't keep his feet. Plays it back to Conlon. Conlon gets it to Boomkins. Boomkins has Atkinson on that far side. Atkinson has length and speed. Can he use it? It goes errantly off of Louisiana Krewe, and it will be a corner kick that Brilla will quickly try to get everything together for it. They're not stacking the box per se, but they've got a lot pushed forward. Only two and the keeper left in the field. Box is getting pretty full now. Sent back up to the middle, headed. Oh, it goes just over Boomkin's head. Atkinson tries to send this one back. Will be a goal kick. Goal kick for LA Krewe. Throw in for Brilla. Zwane will take this throw quickly. Gets it to Fanstone. Duque has Diosa. Flag goes up for the offsides. If you had your prop bet for 2,617 restarts, you're probably getting close to it. Krewe. Far side. Gabriel Saw wisely plays it back, gets it to Diosa. Diosa. Whistle on a foul for something. Yellow card comes up. We'll have a restart.
Caution shown to number 16, Albert Montragal Roca of the Krewe.
They'll do that one again. Boomkins. Back to Duque. Out to Zwane. Atkinson. Flag goes up, throw in for the Crew. Boomkins. Malilo. Santaskoy. Corner kick for Brilla. Could be final play of the game. They should be moving pretty quickly to make sure they get something out of this. It's Gene Malilo, that left foot. It's cleared out just to that near post. Saw chases it down. Gets it back to Santaskoy. Back to Malilo. Malilo with some space. Taken away just in the box. It's cleared away. Throw in for Brilla. Saw. It's that one back to Santaskoy. Santaskoy goes long. It's headed away by Winston. Atkinson throws it in quickly. Gets it back to Zwane. Saw to Malilo. There, Louisiana wants to keep that clean sheet. Malilo looking to see if he can erase it. Keeps it at his feet, goes to the ground. And there is the final 3 whistles. Brilla falls 2-0. Next home game will be Wednesday. If you can't attend, watch it online. Thank you so much for joining us. Good evening.
Our next home match will be this Wednesday, June 12th, as we host Hattiesburg FC at 7 p.m. at Arrow Field. Don't forget, you can purchase